Hello, and today I would like to talk about Motion Enigma. What is Motion Enigma? Motion Enigma is an environmental puzzler that mixes strategy and knowledge together. Motion Enigma has a unique mechanic of changing the environment dynamically wherever the player moves. In this level, you can see that as the character moves, the doors indicated in light blue and navy blue switch between the two colors. The blue colored tiles represent the opening and closing of the doors, with the light blue being open and the navy blue being closed. As a player passes through one of the doors, it switches to the color yellow. When a door is yellow, it will always stay open and cannot be manipulated by the player further. The player has access to 4 different types of actions. The first action is movement. The player has full control of where to move. In Motion Enigma, everything is about where you move to. Movement changes the world around you, which is important to other players. A common strategy is using motion to corner other enemies behind locked doors or force them down specialized holes in the ground. The next decision available to players is the use of interactables. Interactables such as levers and pickaxes have special properties that can be of aid to the player. There is a high-risk, high-reward system in place, however, for these, due to the location of these interactables and the effect on the world around them. The next decision is specialized tiles. These tiles have special abilities that can grant the player certain perks. However, these are not always good, so it is important to know when to use them. The last decision that the player has is how to manage their items. These items can be used in certain situations and are not reusable. Because of this, it is important not to waste them. There are 4 major types of movement for the character available for the player. WASD movement, jumping, climbing the ladders, and specialty tiles. I decided on WASD movement because it is a common type of movement for PC games, and it is engraved in players' minds. It makes it easier for people who did not read the rules or just jump into the game without reading anything, and still be able to do stuff. For ladders, they can be found with this icon in the game. As you can see here in this demonstration, the player goes over to the ladder and interacts with it. Players can walk over pink tiles and gain jumps. In this demonstration, the player walks over to the tile and is able to jump to the other side. Players also have the option of jumping in the same tile. This is an important move because jumping still changes the environment around you. There are a couple specialty tiles in the game. First is the teleport, allowing you to teleport a player to a certain amount of distance. The world swap, which switches the world into a 90-degree angle. The transform, which lifts up a random tile. The douse tile, which puts out fires. Item tile, which allows you to get an item. And the weak tile, which collapses when you step on it. Some more interactables like levers and walls can be useful to the player. The main objective is for the player to make it out of the labyrinth alive. For my game, I would have to say the most comparable thing is Super Mario Galaxy 2's Flip Swap Galaxy, where the tiles flip when you jump. There are 2 common developmental risks in this project: the lack of the large-scale 2D projects that we've had up to this point, and a lot of complex world rebuilding. The main antagonizing force of this game is the timer, the environment, stationary traps, and moving enemies. Thank you very much for listening.